Hello everyone and welcome to this ASMR video. This video is 50-50. 50 of these videos do enjoy it, but the other no. I didn't figure out why some of these videos do enjoy, but the other no. But well, and the last couple of weeks since I create this video, I realized some things even more that this previous video. Basically, just right now, I know that some specific topics related to ASMR roleplay you enjoy, and well, I know that is one of the most famous topic on YouTube for ASMR content. I have to improve that, and well, I've been talking about this all the videos that I have to move on, improve my audio, but that has been turned into a personal challenge and a little bit frustrated because everything depends of a new job opportunity that I'm searching for. And during this year, I've been in some of the hiring process for different companies through LinkedIn and many other platforms. But even with all of those processes, there are two important processes that I thought, basically I talked to myself, I say, well, I'm gonna be hired and up the top all the other potential employees. But after that, obviously didn't happen. But the thing is that in the last moments, in the last opportunities that I just lost, I don't feel disappointed anymore. I think that I've been passed through this process so many times since 2023, at the end of 2023, especially 2024 and the previous year, because I apply a lot of jobs, and obviously sometimes I find a really good job position. Unfortunately, those two really good job positions was just for 4 months and the other for 5 months, and I just understand that I have to apply for a full-time job, not a startup, not solopreneur, and not a company less than 6 or 7 years, because it is not a serious job position. That is a recommendation. If you are looking for a job position remotely, try to apply no startups, no small companies, and no a company less than six or maybe 7 years. If the company has more than 10 years, great. It is not a startup, perfect. Because I applied for those companies, I was hired, but well, actually that was for a short period of time, and I looking for something long term. And the other two process, the first one during this year, that I thought that, well, I'm the perfect match for that specific position. Well, that didn't happen too. And this last is the first time during these 2 years that I didn't feel disappointed, didn't feel bad, didn't feel sad, I didn't feel anything. In the other opportunities that I received, that common email that say, well, in this opportunity we decide to move forward with another candidate, and all those kind of, you know what I'm talking about. I feel disappointed. You start to doubt yourself. Sometimes you feel sad, frustrated. You had a lot of no good feelings. And the curious thing is that I received that last message. I just opened my email into my phone, they checked the message and say, well, okay. I think that all those messages that I have been receiving in the last 2 years create that resilience into myself. And probably the other thing that happened, it is that I know that a job is something that I'm searching for the long term, at least 2, 3, 4, or even 5 years. I'm searching for that just right now. At least 3 years. That's the minimum time that I'm searching for. It is going to be 4 or 5 years. It is going to be even better. But in the last couple of weeks, probably months, I thought to myself about my priorities. And one of those priorities is you, the person that is watching this video right now. That means you, this platform, this YouTube channel is one of my top priorities. So YouTube is one of my top priorities. The other priority is on a personal project that is a startup and a business that I've been working a couple of times, but I need money to invest in that business and develop and create a model business, MVP, all those kind of stuffs. And the job is just that bridge, that thing that is going to help me to, one, invest more money in my YouTube channel, and 2, invest more money in my personal project. And basically that job has to help me to spend money for my groceries, my rent, checks, all those kind of stuffs, save money, invest money, but for my priorities too, YouTube and my personal project. That's probably what I've said to myself. Well, in the previous occasions, I go through the same thing, especially with this agency that I'm searching a job opportunity. So I'm working with this agency 2 times before, and I found 2 really good jobs, especially the last one. But I made a mistake because I didn't know. So I applied for part-time job positions in random companies. And just right now I realize those priorities when I'm searching for a job opportunity. Obviously it's remotely, but the other 2, it is no startup, no small, no company less than 6, 7 years. And second one, it is that has to be in a medium company, more than 8, probably more than 10 years, and full-time job position. So those 2 previous job positions help me to understand that. So it's really great. And probably that's why when I received that message, the thing is, I received that message today, and I didn't feel bad after I received that. And the other thing is that something that I didn't show in these kind of videos, I had that idea a couple of weeks ago, more than 1 month, because in that moment I don't have any money. I didn't have any clue or any job opportunity. So basically at that moment I was searching for a job opportunity. I didn't have money. I didn't have anything. I don't have open positions for any job position. I didn't have money. I feel desperate at that moment. I feel really, really, really sad. Probably is one of my lowest moments in my life. Not the lowest, but one of those. That day was really devastated, and I thought just a specific day to create a ASMR video to show a more real me. Probably that could be a good idea because anything is perfect. And I know that I said in the previous videos that you have to stay positive, having a really good thinking, focus on yourself. But sometimes, even if you think positive, if you are a really positive person and you have those goals and keep searching and keep fighting and do all that you can, things just don't happen. But after I feel so low, sad, desperation, frustration, and that you think yourself that basically you don't have the value for the job, for YouTube, for many things. Basically, you underestimate it a lot, and it is especially because you put too much hopes in that job position that you are searching for. That when you are rejected from one process, two process, three process, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there is a moment that you fall down. You feel a lot of sad, desperation, basically all those bad feelings. And I know that something that I said in previous videos is that you have to feel that. And the curious thing is that I never feel that. I am a resilient person, but I don't used to talk about my personal problems with anyone except with each one of you. Is curious because I feel shame to talk about these kind of things with my friends, with my family, with almost everyone. But in this channel I feel open to speak about all of this through this just chatting ASMR videos. I never talk or say that anyone. That wasn't a really bad day. Usually, as I say in another previous videos, when I go to a bad moment, it's just for a couple of hours, 4, 3, maybe 5, probably maximum 6 hours in a day. So when I go through a bad moment, situation, that it is only for a couple of hours. 4 hours is the average, probably maximum of 6 hours, and that's been happening in the last couple of years when I had some challenges in my life. But in this specific moment, that was a couple of weeks ago, I don't remember pretty well, was the first time since a long time that basically was bigger than me, that I don't have my emotional intelligence to deal with that. And that was not just for a couple of hours, for 5 or 6 hours. That was for all probably 10 hours, 12 hours, basically almost the entire day, starting from the beginning, and was 7 o'clock p.m. And there was a moment that I fall down and feel so sad, bad, frustration. I thought that I don't have any value and many other bad feelings. And at that moment, I was pretty close to create this video because probably it could be more real than this current video. But something happened that I basically made me didn't do that video, and that was that some familiar arrived to my home, so I have to going back to that good position once again. But when my familiar arrived to my home, at that moment I start feeling a little bit better. So I'm going during that day this. And then after feel so bad, I start to feeling a little bit better. And when I start feeling better was the moment that that familiar arrived to my house. And I say, well, probably the next time that I feel bad, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to do that video. But I want to talk about that because, yes, I know probably I'm talk too much about that possibility. You have to look at the bright side, the positive waves, the positive energy, but probably that too much bright side positivity was toxic. That's why I like to take a look about the other part of the coin, the opposite position. That's probably why I'm talking about that you have to embrace bad feelings. It's ironic that I didn't do that too much, or I don't used to do that too much. I keep that by myself, and I learn with the years and with the times to deal with all of those things by myself, basically. But even with that, I keep in that position that when you feel bad and go through a really challenging, a bad moment, you have to allow yourself to deal with those feelings. If you have to cry, cry. If you have to feel sad, feel sad. And I know that sometimes you don't have the moment, the space to do that. Because, I don't know, for example, if I have to wake up tomorrow at 6 o'clock a.m. and I feel bad at that specific moment, I can't allow to myself because I have to wake up, take a shower, get ready, go to the work. I go to work, I work, then I go into my house, I have to eat, I have to go to sleep once again. Sometimes this world doesn't allow us to feel that because our routine, our things, our life doesn't allow those space. In my case, it is not because I don't have those space. It is because I hide that, and it is bad. You don't should hide those feelings when you are allowed to feel and go through that. So that is my recommendation. You have to go through that. And yes, I know that sometimes you don't have to, or you're not allowed to feel that, and you have just to wait. But at the moment that you wait, those feelings accumulate, and eventually explode. In a words, wait. It is like a pump with more TNT, with more explosive. That is going to be a huge, even more huge explosion. That is going to be bad, but also good, because you allow yourself to feel all those things and eventually start to feeling better. I know that perfectly because I have some experience that I want to talk about that probably in a future video. But, well, thinking about that, when you have that specific routine that doesn't allow to feel those feelings or go through those feelings, probably you have to do at night before you go to sleep. If you wake up and feel bad, well, I was in that position too. I used to be in a job that I wake up and I feel really, really bad. I don't want to go to that specific job. So I force myself to take a shower, to get ready, to take a bus and go to that job, make the job, arrive to my home, And that hell started once and once again. And the stress was a lot. So the things that I learned from that experience is that mindfulness meditation helps you a lot. It's an incredible and one of the most powerful things that you can do for your mental health. It is mindfulness meditation, because I used to do mindfulness and meditation in good moments in my life. But the thing is that when you do that in good moments in your life, you don't feel how much those exercises help to deal with the day by day things. Because basically, when you have a day by day that you enjoy your work, you enjoy your life, you enjoy your routine, and you made a mindfulness, you don't have and you don't feel the benefits of those things. But when I was in that really horrible job, I remember that I read a lot of articles, books, and watch videos basically explain how the mindfulness and meditation healed your mind even in the worst moments. So at that moment, after a couple of weeks, that I start feeling that feeling so bad about my job and my life, I start a meditation at night before I go to sleep. Basically, I do everything that I have to do every day. I don't have enough time to deal with my feelings. And at night, when I go to sleep, before to start sleeping, even if I feel tired, at the beginning, I start to feel my feelings. Basically, why I feel this, and how can I deal with this, and how can I change this in the future. Basically, you start asking yourself and try to solve that by yourself, thinking about the present, thinking about the future, thinking about how can you deal with that. It is a logic part that you can do, and that helps you understand a little bit more your own feelings, to go through those feelings. But that is something, and it's a 50 part of this thing. The other 50% is meditation. The easiest exercise for mindfulness or meditation exercise is just sit down, feel comfortable, take deep breaths, and just keep focus on your respiration. When you take a deep breath and you hold the air and then you drop the air, or other exercise that I used to practice is like you close your eyes and probably you're listening to something, a neighborhood, a dog barking, an airplane, a motorcycle. So you just say to yourself, well, it isn't a motorcycle. Start sounding that motorcycle. It keeps sounding that motorcycle, and well, that sound of the motorcycle just finished, and well, there is another motorcycle. That motorcycle starts sound. I keep listening to that motorcycle, so, but you don't have to repeat and say it loud. Just you say it in your mind, and you, okay, that sound start. It keeps sounding and just disappear. For example, in this horrible location is the airplane. I'm starting listening to the airplane. The airplane is sound. It is over my house and keeps sounding, and just that sound just disappeared because everything is start and finish. That is a really good exercise. And the other exercise is just put attention of your breath. That's all. Those two exercises and the previous exercise, analyzing your moment, your feelings, your situation, those exercises are incredible, powerful, because it's ironic. Sometimes when you had a job, just that job providing with the money to pay the bills, the rent, groceries, and all those kind of stuffs. But you feel horrible. And the other extreme is when you don't have a job, you don't have a money, you are rejected from a lot of job positions, and you feel probably worse or at the same worst level that when you have a horrible job. It's total opposite and pretty similar sensation. In one part is frustration, stress, and the other one is frustration, sadness, feel that you don't have enough value for this world. And I just want to transmit all my experience about this, because probably you take some of these feelings about these stuffs and help you to deal in your future position if you are dealing with something in particular. I don't know. It is something that I just want to talk about today. And I know that when I start talking about a specific topic, I finish to talk about an entirely different thing. I don't know if that happened during this video. You can let me know. I think that probably no. But I just want to talk today about that because I have another video, and it is something that I want to do. Then I make a research and I realize, because at the beginning when I have this video idea that you are going to watch probably the next week or in 2 weeks, I thought to myself, well, this is a wonderful idea for my ASMR channel. Then I make a short research and I realize, well, another ASMR creators already create this idea, but I can give my personal touch. So it is not an original idea, as I thought before. But even with that, I want to create that video, especially because just right now I know that if I do a real good role play, you are going to enjoy it. I know that some of these videos you enjoy too, and some videos about how you sleep. I know that you really enjoy those videos too. In Townscaper, I know that eventually when I had the money, I'm going to purchase that video game, Townscaper. And not only that, I was searching for a lot of video games with that relaxing atmosphere, really good ASMR sounds, and I found some really good videos. Really good games. So I keep having my personal goals. You know about that particular goal that I have to move on a new location, avoid the airplane, the motorcycle, dog barking, and all this horrible background noises that ruin my ASMR videos. And obviously keep improving my ASMR audio, purchasing new microphones, audio interfaces, a new computer, and purchase some things to create more good sound. That is, I know that is not only the microphone, it is also that you have to put, I don't know how to say that in English, is sponge for your background, basically to avoid that echo in the sound, and many other things. That's why I'm searching for a job opportunity, because that job is going to allow me to purchase the microphones, the interfaces, and better setup for my videos. And I just do this because of you, because I wanna help people with ASMR videos. The ASMR videos helping in some way me. I used to deal with things just like everyone, but for me, meditation, mindfulness, and ASMR videos help me to deal with specific things. And I know that these kind of videos also help a lot of people. So my goal, well, I know that eventually I really like to monetize this channel. That will be great. But even with that, I just want to help people. And the thing is that I enjoy doing these videos. So that is a double benefit, because probably you listening this in a previous video, but well, if you are new in this YouTube channel and video, I really enjoy creating these ASMR videos because I really enjoy to talk about these topics. For example, in this kind of videos, testing new ideas, new formats, and creating ideas, doing videos. I really enjoy all of this process, edition, publish, all this kind of stuff. Probably the only stress moment that I have to deal when I try to create an ASMR video just right now is the background noise. Bikes, airplanes, dog barking, and many other things. But eventually when I move on, I'm going to fix that, and it's going to be an entirely process that I'm going to enjoy. Just right now is the only bad thing, but I enjoy doing the videos, and one of my goals is helping the people to deal with their things that I'm dealing to, that everyone deal day by day. Doesn't matter if you live in England, Australia, United States, Argentina, Spain, whatever that you lived. Everyone has to deal with different things. And I know that the people that used to listen in ASMR videos use these videos as a background sound, help to sleep, aid sleep, for the sounds, for the tingles, for the triggers, for many things. And sometimes just to deal with the stress, anxiety, and insomnia. And I know that eventually when I keep learning about this world, beautiful world, I'm going to be able to help even more and more people. Just right now this channel is pretty small, and I have a previous experience on YouTube with an entire different channel, and that is or was a faceless channel. But even with that, I enjoy that channel, and I want to do the same with this community, to keep enjoying creating videos, help people, try to teach different perspectives about the life from my small perspective, from my small experience, and probably my personal experience helps someone to deal with their own challenge in their life, or help to deal with anxiety, insomnia, stress. And because I go through that a lot of times, and these last 2 years has been more challenging with the previous years, mostly because I made a bad decisions, but at that moment I didn't think about that those bad decisions. And probably you go through the same, you make a decision and you say, well, this is a good decision, but eventually then you realize, well, it wasn't. And that happens with me. And another recommendation that I can give you during this video is that your intuition is amazing. It is wonderful. Because at that moment that I made that bad decision, for a lot of times, for many moments, during a long period of time, I have that intuition that tell me, hey, you have to quit to that and keep doing what you enjoy, what you really enjoy. Basically, to create a resume about that, some years ago, I leave from YouTube. I have my other YouTube channel. I really love to create YouTube's far than another channel. At that moment, that was just previous from quarantine. At the end of 2019, at that moment I started thinking about to change the topic of that specific channel or create another channel. And at that moment, I was thinking about that. I need to change this channel topic or taste a new edition. Well, basically I want to have an evolution of that specific channel. And at that moment I live from the earning of that specific channel. I live from that. For me, it was a really good dream because I was living from my dream. I really enjoy creating a YouTube videos, and I received money, and I lived pretty well. But I don't know what the hell I was thinking at that moment, that I thought I need to have a new degree. And wait a minute, I don't underestimate it. People that study or have a new degree. If you want to study and you know 100% that you want to do that degree course or learn something new, and you know inside of you that that is what you need and that is what you want, go ahead. But it is not for everyone, because I have a previous degree. I didn't know another one. I just need to keep focused on my YouTube channel at that moment. And some part of me knew that I have to keep just in my YouTube channel, evolution of my channel, keep doing the things that I enjoy. I don't know what I was thinking about, but then I started that degree. And after a couple of months after I start that degree, I say to myself, I have to quit this degree and keep moving forward with my YouTube channel. But then I say to myself, one of my biggest mistakes to myself, I say to myself, this is the last thing that I'm going to do for someone else, to basically give the compliance to another one. Basically, I'm going to do this now by myself, is going to do for someone else. In that case was my aunt, because my aunt told me, if you quit to that degree, I'm going to talk to you anytime for the rest of my life. I have to, four classmates that told me, you can leave this, you have to keep doing, you have to finish. And well, at the end, I knew at that specific moment that I need to quit, because my intuition, that's what I say, that is so powerful. My intuition, your intuition, knew or knows something that you have to listen to. Okay, so when you feel that your intuition is telling you something, listen the intuition. Okay, and that was for me. That happened for me. At that moment, a lot of times during many months, I keep receiving that from my intuition. I have to quit to this degree and keep doing the things that I love, and keep doing just what I have to do. And my intuition told me that a lot of times. But I'm started listening my aunt, I'm started listening my classmate and other people around me. And I know that I don't have to listen any of that because my previous experience. But then I say to myself, this is going to be the last time in my life that I'm going to listen to someone else and know my intuition and know my feelings and know myself. And I knew that, and I don't know why I didn't say to myself, I'm going to follow my intuition. Doesn't matter anything, doesn't matter anyone, doesn't matter absolutely anything, anyone in this world. But well, what happened? I basically lied to myself and I say this is the last time. And well, the curious thing is, previous to that experience, I didn't listen to someone else, just my intuition, for a long period of time. And that was great. Even if I made mistakes, after I made my mistakes, I understand why I made those mistakes and helped me to keep growing. Even if my intuition told me that, and it was great. But fortunately, after a couple of years, I decided to don't listen to my intuition, don't listen to myself, my feelings, everything for myself. I don't know what I was thinking at that moment. Was one of my biggest mistakes. And eventually, because I didn't keep doing the things that I enjoy, that I love, all my revenue, not only from YouTube, also from another, side hustle, another incomes, start to decrease. Because that specific decrease made that I don't put focus and attention in my YouTube channel and my other two incomes, because at that moment I had 2-3 incomes. I have an e-commerce income, YouTube income, and that moment I was starting a third income. I have 2 main incomes and a third income that I'm start working for. But that degree basically made that I put attention 100% in that degree and basically forget about my YouTube channel, my e-commerce platform, and my new income at that moment. And I'm still feeling regret about that. And just right now, I feel bad about that. Because, I'll listen to the other people. Eventually, after I finish that degree, I'm starting to have a really bad economic personal life. I don't have enough money. And then after of 8 years, I have to start looking for a new job opportunity after 8 years. And that was at the end of 2023. So has been past a little bit more than basically 2 years. And during these 2 years and a little bit more, 2 years and a couple of months, I had to deal with 4 different jobs. The 2 jobs that was really good, but the other was horrible jobs. And instability, basically I don't have an established and a long-term job position. And it was just for only that one decision. That decision was don't listening my intuition. That's why I give you this huge, incredible, powerful advice. Please listening your intuition. Your intuition already knows something that you know but you don't want to listen to. That's why it's so powerful. And that is what I feel so regret didn't listen at that moment, because I lost 3 incomes. I had to search for a new job opportunity after almost 9 years to work from YouTube. And after all of those years, that's what I just right now I am dealing with the frustration. Didn't get an established job position in a new company. Obviously, there are a lot of things that I learned in the process, but if I listening myself at that moment. I don't have to deal with these things just right now. Regrets. I know that everyone has regrets, but this is the most difficult regret that I'm dealing in my life. Because if you take that decision, basically at that moment, if I didn't, suppose that I quit to that degree, if I quit to that degree at that moment, the only person affected for that decision was only me, and just me, no one else. My aunt, my classmate, my friends, any of them have to deal with this current position just right now. Only me, okay? That's why I knew 100%, and especially just right now, that I had to follow my heart, my intuition, my mind, everything from me, that I knew that I had to quit to that specific degree. Just right now, I'm 100%. So you have to deal in some part of your life with that, and that decision that you need to take doesn't affect anyone in your life. Just you. Move ahead. Go ahead and do 100%, and don't hesitate about that decision. I'm going to guarantee that you are not going to regret for anything, whatever can happen. And that's why I feel so bad about that decision, because my aunt, but I don't want to make that my aunt, my friends, or my classmate feel about that decision, because at the end it's your decision. So I don't want to basically make you feel that the bad persons in all this history was my aunt, my classmate, and my friends. No, they just think the best for myself, and that is the thing. They give me that threat, give me those recommendations, give me that advice, because they thought that is the best for me. But the only person that know what is the best for me, it is myself, because I know what I want, because I know what I need. That is your intuition telling you, you want this, you need this, you have to do this, and you don't do that. So I don't want to make feel my own friends and classmates about that decision, because it was me that take that bad decision. So it's supposed that has to be me that say, hey, no, I'm going to quit and going doing the things that I love. But I didn't do it. And it was me that keep moving with that bad decision. It is now the guilty. I don't want to feel guilty. I was the only guilty person during that process. Yes, I know that my aunt treat me, my classmate basically tell me don't quit, my friends give me recommendations, but was 100% my decision. And that's probably what I feel so bad about that, because just right now I know that was my own decision, and I have the 100% power to take that decision. It was only me and just me at that moment. And even with that, I keep moving forward with that bad decision. I don't want that you think that my aunt, my friends, classmates are bad people or bad persons. No, there are a lot of people out there that want the best for you, but it is from their positions, and those positions basically they are not a good fit. They don't know what you want, they don't know what you desire, they don't really know who I am. Well, know you in some parts, but at the end it's your intuition that really knows what you want and what you need to do. So the only guilty person, the only guilty person in this history, in these bad decisions, is just me and only me. That's probably why just right now it's hard to myself to forgive myself about that bad decision, because of that decision just right now I don't have a good economy. It is not an stability job and all those related things. And I just want to talk about this because I'm pretty sure that my experience is going to give you a lot of clues, a lot of information, a lot of ideas, and many things that is going to help you too with the personal things that you are dealing just right now. And probably just right now you are listening this horrible background noise. It is one of the things that I want to deal. Well, I want to deal now that I'm going to move on. I have a lot of really bad ground sounds that are horrible for my ASMR videos, but well, that is another thing. At the end, those are the two things that I want to teach and I want just to talk about today. First, feel and go through your feelings. And second one, listen in your intuition and put attention about what you really want to do and what you feel that you have to do. Those things are incredibly powerful for yourself. And while I teach you some exercises that I'm going to help you with the stress and many other things, and obviously I'm here for you. That is the reason why I keep uploading videos, and that is the reason why I will keep uploading videos, because I want to help you, because I want to do this content. I want to help more people. I want to have a really good community, a health community, to help in each another. And I want to help you help a lot of people, especially with stress, anxiety, and insomnia. And if I can keep creating really joy videos, it is great. Unfortunately, just right now I have that really bad sounds. Whatever. That is the video for today, almost 1 hour. I really hope that you enjoy and put in practice all of these recommendations. I'm so sorry for all those background noises. I'm dealing with that, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to fix it during this year. And well, as always, I really hope that you're having a really good day, a wonderful week, an amazing life, and see you in the next ASMR video with probably more recommendations, aid sleep, or roleplay. Well, I keep practicing and creating a new video ideas. And just right now, I just keep talking because I have that horrible sound from a neighbor that I really hate just right now for that thing that is interrupting my ASMR video. But well, there are some things that you can control, but I will eventually control when I move on. Have a wonderful and amazing life, and see you in the next ASMR video. Bye bye.